They say that Christmas comes twice a year here in Donegal, that time in December and around about mid-June. Well, that time is here. It's the fourth round of the Napa Auto Parts Irish Tarmac Rally Championship, the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally. Callum Devine is here to try and make history. He wishes to achieve a hat-trick of consecutive wins, and that has only ever been achieved by four previous rally legends: Cathal Curley, Billy Coleman, Andrew Nesbitt and the late Manus Kelly. So can Callum Devine do it? Well, that will remain unanswered until 274 competitive stage kilometres have been completed.
Can Callum Devine win for a third year in a row? He'll have plenty of opposition, but sadly neither Keith Cronin nor Matt Edwards are here. But there's a real international feel as double European champion Hayden Paddon's in town, competing in Edwards' Hyundai i20N Rally 2, as Paddon gets his first competitive taste of Irish rallying. But it's Devine who's the number one seed, and the driver they have to beat.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. There's a lot of quick guys here for the first time in Donegal. Hayden Paddon, two-time European champion, and William Crichton and John Armstrong. So it'll not be easy, and the normal regulars in Irish Tarmac Championship. But look, we'll have a good stab at it, hopefully.
Fresh from the Rally Poland podium, John Armstrong and Shane Byrne make a return to Ireland's asphalt stages.
Yeah, it should be a good challenge here. Donegal is one I've always wanted to do, so it's my first time, but we're going to give it a good push and see if we can challenge the top guys.
William Crichton and Liam Regan will start in a Toyota Yaris Rally 2.
I haven't got much experience of it, so it's going to be a bit of a baptism of fire in this car as well, but we're looking forward to it. We just got to enjoy it, and hopefully the speed will come.
While two-time Donegal podium finisher Marion Evans will fancy his chances in his Yaris.
I've been coming here since 2014, running customer cars. We won it 3 times with Manus Kelly, and then in 2019 I competed for the first time, and I've done it every year since. So with COVID, that makes it, I think, it's my 5th attempt. So, you know, I think the last 3 have been 4th, 3rd and 2nd, so it'd be great to get first in there as well.
The double European Rally champion and indeed World Rally Championship event winner is Hayden Paddon, stepping into Edwards' Hyundai i20.
We've had obviously some good recce, and they're good to see the stages for the first time, and very challenging, very fast, a lot of commitment needed. But hey, looking forward to it. We'll do the best job we can. I think the local boys will probably be a bit too fast for us, but I'm not holding my hope that it's going to stay sunny all weekend. This is Ireland, so I'm expecting some rain, but hey, look, conditions are looking good for tomorrow. It's a long rally, 3 days, so we'll play each day by day.
Irish Tarmac Rally Championship regulars Josh Moffat, Cathal McCourt and David Kelly will all be vying for honours in a mix of Rally 2 machinery.
Yeah, all ready for the weekend, looking forward to getting going. You can see the crowds are massive here, so look, I think the stages are going to be lined, and we're really looking forward to getting going.
The boys are out in force once again. Dad Declan, the former Tarmac champion, is joined on the start ramp by his sons Michael and Matthew, ahead of 3 demanding days of rallying. There's lots of ex-winners at the ceremonial start as well, including Andrew Nesbitt, a 6-time winner, while the double champion Gary Jennings unfortunately was sidelined from this year's event. The top modified seed is Kevin Gallagher, who was winner in 2022 and 2023.
Yeah, all set to go. Weather's looking good, so should be good, hopefully.
In all, there's almost 180 crews taking part. There's also a separate class section for both the historics and juniors, and there was a Keep the Race in Its Place road safety message supported by Donegal County Council, An Garda Síochána, Donegal Motor Club and local agencies, urging all road users to drive with care and responsibility. Here's the rally sponsor and regular competitor, Rodney Wilton.
I enjoy sponsoring Donegal over the last few years, and it's given the business great exposure. It's the biggest rally in the country, if not one of the biggest in Europe. So, it's a great platform for us to launch our business at, and it's great to be involved with as a competitor as well as a spectator.
The Donegal rally always attracts huge crowds, and this year there was no difference, with some of the county's most famous sons amongst the spectators. The day one stages, well, there's 2 runs over Malin Head, Mamore Gap and Cool Cross, all situated in the Inishowen Peninsula. Malin Head is stage 1 and 4. Not an easy start, an extremely committed 14 kilometres on an undulating surface. Mamore Gap, stages 2 and 5, another fast committed stage, and off on Mamore Gap indeed ended Keith Cronin's brief run at the front of Donegal last year. Cool Cross is stages 3 and 6, another committed stage with sudden, medium speed downhill corners, making it another tricky stage to round out day 1 as the leading crews head for the start of stage 1. With a pace that matched the searing heat, just 30 seconds cover the top 6 at the end of the opening 6 stages. Callum Devine's Skoda Fabia, seeking a 3rd straight victory, hold a 12.4 second lead. The defending champion reported a clean run on day 1, but melting tar became an issue for all the crews as the temperature increased throughout the day. The Hyundai of New Zealander Hayden Padden and his Mallow-born co-driver David Moynihan finished the day in 2nd place. He lost time with a moment on stage 1, a spin on stage 2, but had a better second loop and finished the day with a fastest stage time on stage 6. The Welsh Killarney duo of Marion Evans and Ger Conway in the Toyota Yaris were a mere 2.8 seconds further behind in 3rd. Evans had what he described as his best opening day in Donegal, with what he considered to be a strong pace without taking any risks. In 4th, and just 0.2 of a second behind Evans, were William Crichton and Liam Regan in the Toyota Yaris. Crichton reporting a clean run and no issues with the car. John Armstrong was the best on stage 2, Mamore Gap, and moved into the lead, just 0.9 of a second ahead of Devine. But having moved into that lead after stage 2, Armstrong dropped to 9th place and 30 seconds off the lead when his Ford Fiesta R5 broke a drive shaft on stage 3. However, he recovered to end the day in 5th, 20.7 seconds off the lead. In 6th, the former champion Josh Moffat, who reverted to his Hyundai i20 R5 for this latest round of the Irish Tarmac Series, the Monaghan driver was happy with his pace. David Kelly, who had been temporarily shown as rally leader after stage 2, climbed a place from 7th to occupy 6th after 6 stages. He reckoned that the stages were dustier than he expected.
Flat right on Big Crest, pump 120. Right side for Big Crest 40. Flat to left, okay. Hug 180 down. Flat to right, okay. Pressing flat 2 right 50, flat 1 left 40. Pass 2 left in over the press, barrier inside 104 left, 40. Line very past 4 left, 120. Very past 4 right, half long, 200. Line torn past square right.
In 8th, after day 1 and 6.3 seconds off Kelly, Declan Boyle. But he felt he was a little too cautious, tweaking the suspension setup as they went along. 8.8 seconds off his father, Michael Boyle. His car, he said, felt soft for the opening loop, but he was happier with the tweaks made to the suspension for the repeat run. The former modified champion, Kevin Eves, along with Chris Melly in the Ford Fiesta, said he was nervous on the opening loop as he felt the car was too stiff. They stiffened the suspension and he felt happier with the afternoon stages, except for an overshoot on stage 6 that cost him 15 seconds. Next through, James Ford and Neil Shanks in the Citroën C3 Rally 2, 7.3 seconds behind Eves and just outside the top 10. Twelfth, Adrian Ray and Paddy McCrudden in the VW Polo GTI R5. Matthew Boyle and Gary Byrne in the Ford Fiesta Rally 2. Boyle had a few niggly mechanical issues throughout the day. Cahan McCourt and Barry McNulty had an unfortunate start in the new car, the Skoda Fabia R5. A puncture on the opening stage and a spin on stage 2 saw McCourt drop well out of contention. Leading the modified section despite sustaining damage after an off on stage 3, leading to frantic scenes at service, local driver Kevin Gallagher and Ryan Moore in the Darien T90.
A challenging opener for you for Donegal this year, Kevin.
Yeah, look, we had a tough day today. We kind of made it hard work on ourselves. We went off the road on the 3rd stage and the car's just not been right since the front bodyworks broke up on it.
How did that happen?
Oh, we had a spin just and went backwards into some fence posts. So, no, look, we're still leading it, so we're happy where we're at.
Colin O'Donoghue and Evan McBride had been in second before pulling in with a mechanical issue just after the start of stage 4. Gary McPhillips and Paul Sheridan from Monaghan went out at the end of stage 4 in their Ford Escort. Chris O'Callaghan was an early front-runner who also ran into trouble. He was out of the event on stage 3 in the Toyota Starlet. David Bogie and Kirsty Riddock, regular visitors to Ireland from Scotland in the Ford Escort Mark II, but they were out on the same stage. So second in Class 14 at the end of day 1, Martin McCormick and Barry Mitchell from Derry in the BMW M3. third. Aaron McIntyre and Derry Long in the Toyota Starla rear-wheel drive.
Into a crest and a long crest, and slow 3 left over bridge and 5 right. Opens long 3 right and over crest. Then opens long 3 right and over crest and go 80. 3 left don't cut, push on it. 3 left don't cut, push on it 100. Right on flat crest and flat crest 100. Give it 2 left, only 60 top 5 left at the pole. 200.
Fourth in modified, or the national class, Gareth Irwin and Justin McCauley from County Donegal in the Ford Escort Mark II.
200 up the middle. 6 right crest bump, 40 crest. Only 80 for a fast 3 right crest jump. Bridge 300.
Another local crew was just behind Mark Alcorn and James McNulty in their Mark II, but they lost some time at the scene of David Bogey's off. Sixth in the national class, Daniel Breslin and Damien Doherty, also another local crew, in the Ford Escort Mark II. Seventh in the modified battle was Mayo man Brian Lavelle, who was coping well with the extra power of his 2.5 litre Mark II Escort after making the step up from a 2 litre class 13 engine. It's his third year in a Mark II, having been in a Honda Civic previously. 6 seconds behind in eighth was the Escort of local crew Conor Harvey and Eamon Doherty. Just ahead of Michael Carbon and Dean O'Sullivan in their Ford Escort. Desi Keenan, the former British rally champion, along with Jason McCormack in a Ford Escort Mark II, felt he was a bit rusty, as it was his first outing since last year's event. Frank and Lauren Kelly in the Ford Escort Mark II, a real fan favourite, the father and daughter crew. They recently competed on gravel in Australia and used the Laois Heartlands rally to readjust to the Irish tarmac scene.
Flat crest, okay, go 300 up the middle over jumps. 300 up the middle over jumps to short 3 right and short 5 left. To short 3 right on short 5 left. 60. Short 5 left, 60 to line 2 right, 2 left at the white wall. Line 2 right, 2 left, 100 over crest. To 3 left on short 3 left. To 3 left on short 3 left. 40 up to 6 left, wide line. To 6 left, wide line on 5 right with small nip on 5.
Damien Toner and Trisha Greavy in the Ford Escort Mark II. He's the championship leader but has work to do on day 2. Not a great start for the rally sponsor Rodney Wilton. He had power steering issues and a misfire which plagued his opening loop. A testament to the fraternal spirit of the rallying community. Modified leader Kevin Gallagher was on hand to try and sort the issue. Martin and Johnny McGee next to a regular competitor getting too familiar with his local stages. Sadly, their rally ended at the end of day 1. John Bonner is another local out in the Escort, decked out in the livery of his father Vincent's winning machine. Jeffrey Dolan, another regular sight on the Donegal stages in the Toyota Lotus Sunbeam. Conor Murphy calling the notes. Leading class RC4 was Kyle McBride in the Peugeot 208.
Right over, 40, 6 left minus, 150 down, bumpy, steady over the bumps. Care, hug, late 5 right, into, steady 6 left through bit village, small bump 100, 3 left, watch it, into, flat flat 4 left, keep left 4 100, 4 right plus.
Ahead of Ben McFall in a Ford Fiesta, Rally 4. The 208 Rally 4 of Joseph Kelly and Killian McCardle were in third in the class. Just ahead of Callum Graffin and Mark McGeehan in their Peugeot 208. So the overall leaders at the end of day one, it's Callum Devine. He's got a 12.4 second lead from Hayden Padden. Marion Evans is in third, ahead of William Crichton, John Armstrong and Josh Moffat.
The pace has been very fast. That stage there was probably lifting a bit, the tarmac lifting in places. So yeah, look, just happy to get through the day. It's not been bad, so yeah, reset again and go tomorrow.
Well, the hills of Donegal certainly came alive today under this glorious sunshine for day one of the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally. We've been somewhat spoiled, so we're only expecting the same tomorrow. Join us after the break for more action from day two.
Welcome back to the Donegal International Rally. Well, it's sunrise on day two. Marshals and spectators gathering for the biggest day of the rally. Today's stage is High Glen, is stages 7 and 9. Another famous Donegal test, which is running downhill on this year's event. Lough is stages 8 and 10, and at 10.6 kilometres is one of the shorter stages, while Knockalla, stage 11 and 13, is a 20k stage that probably needs no introduction to Irish rallying fans. One of the finest and most famous in Ireland, Gary Gort's, is stages 12 and 14. Nice flowing corners and plenty of variation on that stage. And very much looking forward to the day's action was the former rally broadcaster and commentator Alan Plum Tyndall, whose show RPM brought the golden age of Irish rallying to our TV screens.
This is the reincarnation of the good years in Donegal. We've got the weather, we've got the entry. What more could you want? You know, absolutely amazing. These stages, really they're second to none.
The battle to cut down Callum Devine's lead continued over stages 7 to 10, but no one could quite get close enough to the Deery driver, who led overnight, and by the end of the 10th stage, Skoda Fabian now held an 8.7 second lead over the field.
You more than anyone know how challenging this event can be, and day two is the longest. So how have you found the opening loop?
Yeah, not too bad. First stage over Glen, we had a good run over it. And then the second one, we had a small spin. It was quite tricky, dusty. It's not like any of the other stages, but look, something to work on now going forward. But as you say, it's a long day, and yeah, we need to just keep at it.
Now up to second after 10 in the Yaris, William Crichton, who's part of the Motorsport Ireland Rally Academy, is rallying on a number of fronts this season. Indeed, Crichton arrived in Donegal as leader of the British Rally Championship, courtesy of his victory in the East Riding stages and a second place finish on the Carlisle stages. But could he reel in the unflappable Devine?
Yeah, we're trying. I think we still have a bit of work to do just to get the best feeling in the car, and obviously working Liam and I still. So yeah, we're just trying to keep improving run by run, starting to get a nicer rhythm. Stages today are really fast. Glen was a real wake-up call this morning. A lot of people on the stages, so it's a great atmosphere, and we're enjoying the fight.
Hayden Padden has faced Devine in last year's rally Ceredigion in Wales, where the New Zealander took a comfortable victory as the double European champion is trying to add his name to other top-class drivers who've won in Donegal, like Ari Vatanen in 1978 and Sebastian Loeb back in 2007.
Very challenging stages for the first time, so trying to adapt and struggling this morning. But hey, there's still a long way to go, and you got to play these rallies one stage at a time.
Was there any particular difficulties this morning, Hayden?
Just no confidence in the car at all. It's very unsettling on the bumps. We're getting kicked around a lot, which it shouldn't be. So we're making some changes now to see if we can try and settle that down and get some confidence.
I'm sure you've heard about the infamous Knockalla and have probably watched in-car footage from there. Are you looking forward to tackling that stage?
Yeah, it's a bit like in New Zealand we have a stage called Currybush, which everyone talks about. So it's the same sort of feeling about this stage. Everyone talks about it. Everyone knows it pretty well. For us, for the first time through there, I'm sure it'll be hair-raising. But yeah, looking forward to it.
In fourth place, Marion Evans and Ger Conway in the Toyota Yaris. Evans lost some time with a puncture and an overshoot on the second run over High Glen.
3 right, low, two left over crest, car stage, 1 right into the main, 5 left. 3 right, car stage, low, right 3 right, right to 4 in the turn, first one down, 29 left around the bale, open, that 1 left over crest, 8,
it's very close. I think there's like 4 of us split by 2 seconds or something silly like that at the moment, but yeah, the pace is pretty big. You know, Callum's also not too far ahead, so we just have to try and keep going at a strong pace and see if anything opens up for us.
Fifth, Josh Moffat and Andy Hayes in the Hyundai i20, winner of the Donegal Rally in 2022. Josh is really more concerned with running in the one-day national series, but he's more than capable of mixing it with the top drivers. David Kelly and Arthur Kieran's next up, 8.4 seconds behind Moffat. Kelly finished on the podium in 2024, and a repeat may not be out of the question this year.
Past 3 left over big press bump, hug 100. Pressed into flat 3 right minus OK at 60. 3 right plus, push around 60 to turn square left. You have 60, turn past square left. 60. Very fast 3 right plus 100.
David, this is a marathon event. I saw you getting the potassium in there, eating a banana. You have to keep so hydrated for this as well.
Yeah, look, it's a long 3 days, and suppose like we're only in day 2 here, but yesterday was a tough day with the heat, and I think, look, it's looking like today's going to be another tough day, but look, the pace is hot as well as the weather, so we're going to have to just keep going as hard as we can, but look, the lads in front are on a big pace. We're just going to kind of keep chipping away, see how close we can get to them.
John Armstrong and Shane Byrne slipped 2 places on stage 10. Despite being from Fermanagh, Armstrong was only competing on the Donegal International Rally on debut in a freshly built Ford Fiesta Rally 2. Ford were going for its first Donegal victory since 2019. Armstrong, though, has work to do to break that streak.
I'll be looking to try and improve now in the second pass. The other guys are going faster today, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but it's tightening up quite a lot now, so yeah, it's still all to play for.
Next through, Declan Boyle and Patrick Walsh, only 1.9 seconds behind. Boyle won in Donegal back in 2014 in the Subaru Impreza on his way to winning the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship that year.
It's Christmas in Donegal, Declan. I'm sure you're enjoying this day.
Yes, enjoying it surely. The stage is class, the weather's lovely. It's like this here most weekends. And no, we're enjoying it, and great stages, and can't wait to get out now again. Doing a few more wee tweaks here to try and find a bit more speed, but the clock is ticking and the age is getting older, but we're still here.
A great team, of course, in Crozier Motorsports helping you out here.
Yes, of course, and they never get enough praise between Johnny, Clarice and the young ones there too. The whole family's here this weekend, and great support, and a good team, couldn't ask for better.
Keeping it in the family and just behind, 11.6 seconds off his father, Michael Boyle and Dermot McCafferty in the Skoda Fabia RS Rally 2. Kevin Eves and Chris Smelly rounded out the top 10 in the Ford Fiesta. Eves, a former modified champion, now contesting international events in his updated Ford Fiesta.
We're steady as we can be. We made a couple of changes to the car this morning that I think was a lot better than the car was yesterday, so hey, look, we'll plod away and try and get to tomorrow evening, hopefully.
Leading the modified or national class after 10 stages, Kevin Gallagher and Ryan Moore in the Darien T90 GTR. No luck for Martin McCormick and Barry Mitchell, though. The Deery crew retired after an off on stage 8, ending the involvement of their BMW M3. Mark Alcorn and James McNulty, the Donegal crew in the Mark II Ford Escort, retired after stage 10. So now in second place in the national or modified class, Gareth Irwin and Justin McCarthy in their Mark II.
Past 4 left past junction, 60 And caution on the 6 right, big jump, keep out only 60. Tight 4 right, tight 4 right. Open step 5, 6 left, 230.
Just 2.2 seconds off Gareth Irwin in third place in the modified class is Aaron McIntyre with Deery Long calling the notes in the Toyota Starlet rear-wheel drive.
Flat 2 left over crest, 60 to fast 4 right in over crest. Fast 4 right in over crest. Into right on crest, bump and long 3 left in. 3 long 3 left in. And crest bump at 40. 3 right plus. Going cut 100 to long 4 left. Long 4 left.
Wasn't overly happy with my performance this morning. Hopefully now we get out and get maybe 2 better stages. Other people's misfortunes have probably brought us up this far, but we'll try and hold out for the rest of the weekend if we can.
Brian Lavelle and Gavin Doherty in the Ford Escort Mark II. Only 2.8 seconds though in arrears, so the battle for the modifieds is getting pretty intense. Behind them, Daniel Breslin and Damien Doherty in their Mark II. And completing the top 5 in modifieds, Conor Harvey and Eamon Doherty in their Mark II, but they spun right in front of our camera on stage 8. The Mark II Escort dominates the entry lists of events across Ireland, and this year marks the 50th anniversary of the launch of this evergreen machine. The Bríd caught up with some of the drivers of this legendary car, including our rally sponsor, Rodney Wilton.
You've got a very important and beautiful number on the door of the car this weekend, Rodney. It's 50, and of course we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Mark II in Donegal this weekend. It's a car that you've driven for quite a number of years.
Yeah, it's been the car of choice, so it is. I really enjoy it. There's so much power in them, and you know, it takes a lot to hang on to them. That's the thrill, isn't it?
And you're getting the enjoyment out of that this weekend?
Now, if you're not getting it this weekend, I'll never get it.
John, as we know, the Mark II is a favoured car in the rally fraternity, and you've been driving one for how long now?
Well, I started, 2012, I started rallying, probably a bit too late to the party, but I'm enjoying it. But it was always going to be a Mark II for me. My father was, he was the first Donegal man to win the rally in a Mark II, so you know what I mean, it was, if I was going to rally, it was one of them who was going to rally. You know.
What does it feel like when you're tackling stages like what you're seeing in Donegal here?
Oh, it's unreal, you know what I mean, and as if the Mark II is everybody's favourite, you know what I mean, and the sliding about, it's a real adrenaline rush.
Frank, we know that you have a certain affinity with the Mark II Escort. The baby blue is known all over the world, thanks to you. Celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Mark II this weekend in Donegal. What does it mean to you to be driving one of these cars?
It's an iconic car, an iconic rally, and fantastic weather. What more could you want? Having my daughter in the car with me just as the cream on top. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop, basically. I can't stop smiling all weekend.
But you're the perfect promoter for this type of car as well. The enjoyment that you get from driving this car is seen on your face every time someone speaks to you. What is it?
Listen, that's what it's all about for me. I know that Malcolm Wilson will never ring me on a Monday morning and say, Lee, look, where around the weekend, will you come and drive one of our cars? So I just enjoy it. I enjoy it every second. Who knows when it's going to be over? Who knows when rallying will not get doing what it's doing? I just wish I was 20 years younger that I could do another 20 years at it.
There's been serious development in the Mark II over the last even decade.
It's a rocket ship, basically, with a 2.5 Millington sequential Samsonite gearbox, suspension, Alcon brakes, the tyre technology, everything. They are really a rocket ship, and they're so nice to drive. It's just a thrill all the time. No matter how much rallying I do, every time I get in there, it just gives me a buzz.
I don't think we're ever going to see you in anything else, are we?
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. People always say, you know, would you not go R5? I feel sorry for the last guys in R5. I really do. I think they would have far more fun if they were in one of these.
It's great that we're celebrating it here in Donegal.
It's fantastic, yeah. The real rally cars, I call it. And it's great that our sponsor at this point, Rodney Wilton, is driving number 50. It's fantastic for him and fantastic for us that he's here and sponsoring the event for another 3 years. It's a great combination. And we're looking really forward to seeing as many as we can at the ramp again tomorrow evening in the Mark IIs, because I know the leaders take away a wee bit from it, but believe it or not, a lot of the spectators actually come out to watch the historic cars in the Mark IIs, and that's where the fun is too for a lot of them, so that's where you get thousands of people out of.
And it also attracts some overseas drivers, the Mark II Escort.
It is. There's a lot from the UK, a lot of historics coming there too, and believe it or not, there's a lot of people coming from all over Ireland here too that are really competitive in the Mark II. That Class 14 is really competitive, and God knows what will happen before tomorrow evening too. The same as the front runners, to be fair. It's tight, competitive, and fantastic to see it.
The lesser spotted Mark I Escort is the older sister of the famous Ford model, and local man Barry McLaughlin was putting her through her paces as he led Class 13.
I had a Mark II, and we smashed it back in 2017 in Fanad, and I went to buy another one, a shell off a man, and he it just needed a wee bit too much work, you know. So we were going out the door then, and I spotted this sitting in the corner, and he had a roll cage and all for it, and I don't know what kind of notion I took, but that's how it happened anyway.
I'm sure you're getting so much enjoyment out of it this weekend, being on home stages, but especially taking it through Glen Village.
I enjoyed coming through Glen now. It was nice to get a good chance at it in the dry on your home stage. Like it was nice.
On to the historic class that got underway on day 2 of the rally, and leading after 4 stages was local driver and championship leader John O'Donnell, with Paddy Robinson calling the notes on the M3.
And the 6th right, 60 sign, 6 right, hand long, tighten to wheel outside, and stay right for turn square left around the wheels, tidy. 40, flat 3 left, don't cut, 80, go back a wee bit, turn 3 right, gravel, 60, 1 right long, and 6 left plus, John, go back a wee bit, alright, 6 left plus, and 5 right, don't cut, opens okay, to flat 2 right, continues for 130.
Second in historic, 17.5 seconds in arrears, the Welsh driver Marion Evans, with Anthony O'Sullivan on the notes in the Ford Escort. And 33 seconds behind Marion Evans was Michael McDade and Denver Rafferty in their Mark II, the top 3 in historics. So after 10 stages of this year's event, Callum Devine still leads, 8.5 seconds in arrears. William Crichton, Hayden Padden is 7.8 seconds off Crichton. Marion Evans slips 1 place behind Padden after 10, but he's only 0.7 of a second behind the New Zealander, with Josh Moffat in 5th place in the Hyundai i20. All the action from Knockalla and Gary Gort is to come after this short break. Welcome back, and the action on stages 11 to 14 and day 2 of the 3-day Donegal International Rally. Huge crowds gathering for one of the most popular and famous stages in Donegal. It's Knockalla. Helpful with road safety and crowd control is the bus service that shuttles fans to the best viewing points on the Knockalla stage. As one might imagine, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to organise the Donegal International Rally. And at the head of the team that runs this prestigious event is the clerk of the course, Eamon McGee.
Your task this weekend, Damien, is a bit like that of an air traffic controller. A lot going on.
Oh, there's a hell of a lot going on here today. You know, as you can see, like what it's unreal what's going on here at the minute. It's not me. I'm only just a name. We have people from Wales, Bergen, England, and all coming to Marshall. They want to come in at Scotland. They want to come here and help as well. Like, you know, so it's just unreal team of people. Like.
So let's move now to the action on stages 11 to 14. Well, Callum Devine now has a 20-second buffer at the head of affairs as the rally headed into the final day. The weather is now uncertain on the last day after glorious conditions so far over the weekend. He may have the lead and a great position for his hat-trick, but Devine knows that one slip could cost him. It's not over yet. Well, it is for William Crichton and Liam Regan. Crichton had almost fully eaten into Devine's lead, reducing it to 4.9 seconds after stage 12 on the first run through Knockalla and Gary Gort. But then on the final stage of the day, his challenge came undone as he left the road on the second run through Gary Gort. A late detected slow puncture saw him understeering through a hedge. Crichton lost almost 7 minutes, but he was able to bring his Toyota Yaris to the stage end and then to Park Ferme in Letterkenny, where he then retired.
Yeah, I just noticed a flat wheel on the front left of the car just before we, entered a quite a slow right-hand corner out over a jump, and it was too late by the time I noticed. Whenever we landed, we just understeered into the hedge and down off the road. So it took us a while to get the car out and change the flat wheel then, and then continued to the finish. So yeah, it's really disappointing. We were doing a good job today, and we were finding a nice rhythm. So frustrating now, but we'll learn from that, I guess. We'll have a look, see exactly what happened. But thanks to all the sponsors that allowed me to be here, because competing in this rally has been a lot of fun. So we'll just have to come back another time.
Aidan Padden was also still well in the mix, third until a dramatic roll on stage 13, the second run of the day through Knockalla. It took him out of the rally. While his Hyundai i20 was able to drive after the roll, he failed to post a stage time on 13 as he chose to return to service in Letterkenny and then retire. So now up to second place, Marion Evans, the Welshman, 21 seconds off the lead, but looking set to, at the very least, repeat a second place finish he achieved in Donegal 12 months ago, barring any disasters on Sunday stages.
It's a shame that obviously William has had an issue. We didn't even see where he went off in that last one, but shame to see Hayden gone as well. It was a nice fight, but it's a long day tomorrow. Weather might look a bit changeable. I haven't really looked so far ahead yet, but look, it's still a long way to go. Sunday usually springs up a few surprises here, so we'll not sleep on it yet, and still a lot of work to do.
Donegal's David Kelly now lies in a great third position in the VW Polo after the dramas for Padden and Crichton. He's 1 minute and 2 seconds off the lead, but he's just 3 seconds ahead of fourth place Josh Moffat.
Flat right, flat left, into right and flat crest, jump 60. Flat 2 left, into 1 left over big crest, past the junction. You have 60, turn fast 3 left, plus half long, 150. Flat 2 right, 100. To late 5 left. You have 100 to late 5 left, 150.
A successful day too in the Kelly camp.
Look, it was good. It was a tough afternoon. Look, we tried hard, and look, we got the outcome we wanted. So look, we're sitting third overall now. But look, by no means going to be an easy day tomorrow. We have a couple of guys hot in their heels there. So look, everyone's going to be going very fast tomorrow.
Josh Moffat's had a very steady run. While others fell off, he's still there. 3.2 seconds off third place in the Hyundai i20. In fourth place, also steady and only 1.2 seconds behind Josh Moffat, is John Armstrong and Shane Byrne in the Ford Fiesta Rally 2. Can Ford break that long 6 years without a win in Donegal?
We had our drama this morning with a bit of a mechanical issue, so frustrating from that side, but it's still all to play for tomorrow, so we'll get up early and see if we get a push on, and who knows what the weather's going to do as well.
In sixth place, the former winner, Declan Boy, with Patrick Walsh calling the notes these days in the Skoda Fabia. He's 17.9 seconds behind Armstrong, perhaps eyeing a very good fifth place finish.
Always good to have made it home after day 2. This is a finisher's rally, as we know, Declan.
Yes, it definitely is. Good couple of days rallying there now, and as you say, it is a finisher's rally. Look what happened there over the last couple of stages. Padden there came over, put a lot of effort in, a short time. A week's not long enough to come here to attack these local lads, because they are fast. And then I think Crichton went off on the last stage there too. Just unfortunate, but listen, there's big pace here, and good to see them lads coming, but listen, they have to come back. They've no choice when they come back and try and nail it.
Michael Boyle is now 51 seconds behind his father in 7th place in the Skoda Fabia Rally 2.
Still chasing the old fella, and we're tweaking away at suspension there, and it's getting a bit better, so happy out.
Kevin Eves still going strong, the Donegal driver in the Ford Fiesta, up a couple of places now to 8th, and looks very solid in that position. In 9th place, 17.3 seconds off Kevin Eves, is James Ford, with Neil Shanks alongside in the Citroën C3 Rally 2. He survived a slide into the bank on Knockalla 1, much to the delight of the onlooking fans. Completing the top 10 overall, Adrian Ray and Paddy McCrudden in their VW Polo. They're only 1 second behind Ford with a day to come. In the national or modified class, Kevin Gallagher still has the lead in the Darien T20 GTR.
Kind of made up for yesterday where we lost a bit of time and had a few dramas, but no, look, we're enjoying ourselves and we're in a good position for tomorrow.
But as you know, day 3 is a whole new rally in itself. You still have to bring it home.
Aye, and look, the rain forecast too, so look, we'll see how it goes. I don't mind the rain, but just look, it's probably easier in the dry. You had less a chance of slipping off the road or doing something silly.
Second is Gareth Irwin and Justin McCauley in their Mark II.
Right, don't cut. Very long 5 left over crest, 40 down, 6 right, 130 down the middle for a 4 right and a 4 right again. 100 to a 4 right.
Gareth, I'm sure you're content to have reached Park Ferma after day 2 here in Donegal.
Well, I'm glad it's actually straight for once, because he never really comes back with all the quarter panels and wings and stuff not damaged. So hey, look, but the tomorrow's a new rally, so and maybe a bit of rain tomorrow as well too. So we'll have to wait and see if we can get it home tomorrow like that. But no, 100%. I love driving an escort.
Third, Aaron McIntyre and Derby Long in the rear-wheel drive Toyota Starlet.
Fast 3 left over bumps. Repeat, fast 3 left over bumps. 100. Well on. Flat crest 100. Fast 3 left here again. 80 over bumps. It's a fast 3. 80 over bumps. Caution, left long crest, kink bump. 130 to our caution, lane long 4 right nips. Big caution, lane long 4 right nips. In nips are 100. Caution, 3 left over crest, nips.
The Starlet and its driver is leaving everything on the stages out there, Aaron. It looks like you're really enjoying this one.
Enjoyed it after dinner down there today. I was a lot happier. Probably a bit slow to start again this morning, but happy enough with the way it finished off after dinner. A couple of good times there and an improvement on Donegal. I'd like another one up at now, so it's only my first time here. I'm happy enough.
In fourth is Conor Harvey and Eamon Doherty in the Mark II. And fifth in the national class is Brian Lavelle and Gavin Doherty in their Ford Escort, but it's pretty tight between 4th, 5th and 6th.
Brian, fantastic to have made it to Park Ferma after day 2 in Donegal. This is a challenging rally.
Oh, stop. It's been some challenge so far. We've had a great run. We're 4th in the national and maybe 2nd or 3rd Mark II, so we're delighted to be there. We had a moment on Donegal there this morning, or the first time round, so we thought it was all over. So we're just
tell us what happened there.
Just the car just probably carried a bit too much speed, and just the car broke away, and it was lucky enough. So we're just glad to get to the end now today, really, to be honest.
6th, Daniel Breslin and Damien Doherty. They're only 2.4 seconds behind Lavelle. Further down the field, fan favourite Frank Kelly and daughter Laura were thrilling the spectators in their Escort, which they've nicknamed Baby Blue.
Middle over flat jump 150, break before the crest, square left around, bus stop chicane. Break before the crest, square left around, bus stop chicane. There's gravel and a bailout on the exit. 60, flat 1 left over jump bridge, bail inside. 200, to 1 left over the crossroads. 250, 1 left over the crossroads. 250, low 250 to 2 right, 80, 5 left.
My favourite stage is Knockalla. Dad's favourite stage, he would say Gyarton or Fana, but mine's Knockalla. Once you get round the start of it, where you're beside the ocean, once you turn inland, it's just bumps, jumps, fast stuff. I love that kind of stuff.
Amazing. I'm just blown away. These stages are something else. I can see why everybody talks about Donegal, how good it is. Yeah, it's entertaining, them stages. It's making me feel a bit older today. So, but yeah, the stages, the people, just everything's great. It's a great place to come in it.
So after 14 stages, flawless so far for Devine, although he's had one or two problems with the handbrake in the Skoda Fabia. But with both Crichton and Padden out, he's now in a more comfortable position.
The plan this morning is obviously trying to hold on to our lead that we had from yesterday, and yeah, that's what we've done. And I know a couple of guys have fell by the wayside. I've been there on the other end of it too myself, so look, we have to reset again tomorrow. Marianne's only a handful of seconds behind us now as well, so yeah, it's a big day tomorrow again.
And as the fans head back to their lodgings for the night, let's take a look at the overall leaderboard at the end of day 2. It's Callum Devine who leads from Marianne Evans, 21.8 seconds in arrears. David Kelly is in third place, but third is still up for grabs as Josh Moffat's just 3.2 seconds behind and John Armstrong is just 1.2 seconds behind Moffat. That's it for part 3. Join us for part 4 and the conclusion of the Donegal Rally 2025 with the overall and the class winners. Welcome back. The county of Donegal always looks glorious in the sunshine, but inclement weather early on day 3 seems to have thrown a spanner in the works. Teams and crews now have to rework their thinking. Tyre choice is now crucial, and indeed pace notes will need to be adjusted with the speed of the cars less in the wet rather than the dry conditions. So the remaining 6 stages to come on this year's Donegal Rally, and Callum Devine still leads from Marianne Evans and David Kelly. Both William Crichton and Hayden Padden are out. They will not contest the final day. Since its inception in 1971, the event has become a cornerstone of the Irish motorsport calendar. Over the years, it's grown into one of the most respected rallies in Europe, drawing in top competitors and thousands of spectators to the stunning landscapes of County Donegal. But no time for the crews to view it all. There was work to be done.
Here we are on day 3 of the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally. Well, we woke up to grey skies and showers here this morning in Donegal, which is going to leave very contrasting conditions as to what the guys would have been used to over the last number of days, and indeed what they would have recce'd on. So I'm sure there are going to be surprises in store on day 3. They tackle Carn Hill, the amazing Atlantic Drive and Fannet Head. I'll pass you back to John for more action.
So what do the crews face on this, the final day? Well, Carn Hill at 12.9 kilometres in stages 15 and 18. Fast and committed with a few sudden corners to test the prowess of the driver's Sunday itinerary. Atlantic Drive 2.9 kilometres as well, stages 16 and 19. Has to be up there amongst the best stages in Ireland. It's been a while since it's been run in the opposite direction compared to recent years. And Fannet Head at 19.9 kilometres, stages 17 and 20. A really committed stage to complete the Donegal International Rally. The stage starts on the northwest of the peninsula, working its way down to Port Salon to finish the 3-day classic.
If anyone knows how difficult this event is to win, it's Andrew Nesbitt, 6 times winner. We were just speaking before we left Letterkenny this morning about how important the tyre choice would have been on the opening loop today, Andrew. Skies were grey, the rain was coming down. How do they make that tyre choice?
The tyre choice is actually quite simple for these stages. Different stages, different tyre choice, but the stage for Atlantic Drive is a cut slick because the stones are sticking up. Look at that there. It sticks up, the water actually flows out of it. And the stone sticks up and the tyre grips to that. That's why you make that choice.
A lay person would think that's an extremely brave choice to make.
Well, if you think of a few years ago, I was in Donegal and the rain came out, pure slicks. We put a little bit of a cut in the tyre and away we went, and we were 25 seconds faster than everybody else. Cut slick.
Have you shared this advice with anyone this morning?
Callum Devine.
Well, with that advice from the 6-time winner to the current rally leader, it's time to look at the first loop of stages on the final day and the action on stages 15, 16 and 17. Callum Devine was fastest on the opener, Carn Hill, but his combination of soft slicks with wets didn't quite work so well on Atlantic Drive and Fanad. But with 3 stages to run, the 2-time Donegal winner still led by 22.6 seconds in the Skoda Fabia. Marion Evans was still fighting to get his Toyota Yaris close to Devine's Fabia, but he felt his soft slicks didn't work on the wet opening stage and he remained in second with 3 to go.
Here, let's go very quick, 3 left, point around the hedge. Park stay, flat 2 left, flat 2 right, and flat 2 right over far bump, and flat 2 left, park stay, flat right, flat left, 100 down over turn 4 left.
John Armstrong was now up to 3rd after 17 stages in the Ford Fiesta. Armstrong used 4 wets on the opener and added 2 slicks on the front for the following stages. And it worked well as he climbed to 3rd, 37.4 seconds off second placed Evans.
3rd podium position is up for grabs now, John.
Yeah, I mean, this morning's been difficult with the weather and the tyre choice, so we're not on the best for the dry conditions here now, but we'll give it a good go.
What tyre did you put on this morning?
The first one made 4 wets, and now, yeah, we've got 2 slicks on the front.
David Kelly has now slipped to 4th and outside the podium place as the VW Polar driver admitted that he struggled for grip on the opening 3 stages of the final day. Still, a podium place was still in the offing as Kelly was 17.7 seconds off Armstrong.
Left on flat crest bump, slowing 40. 2 left, minus 30. 4 right, there's your shiny section. 4 right, 30. Slippy 6 right, don't cut. And 6 left, push, don't cut. Don't cut the shiny 6 left, 200. Fast 4 right, hug, 120.
Josh Moffat also struggled for grip on his soft slicks on the Hyundai, but he had Kelly in his sights now, and he was a mere 0.4 of a second off the polo with the second loop on the final day to come. Michael Boyle was happy with his tyre choice, which helped him leapfrog his dad on the first run over Fanad Head, but he was too far back to go any further and would have to rely on those in front of him having a problem or two if the Fabia driver was to climb further up the leaderboard. Dad Declan was now nearly 50 seconds off Michael in the Skoda Fabia. Boyle saying that he was not happy with his tyre choice or the suspension settings on the car for the opening loop on day 3. Holding steady in 8th place, Kevin Eves, the local man, former modified champion in the Ford Fiesta, 28 seconds off Declan Boyle. In 9th, James Ford in the Citroën C3 Rally 2, 27 seconds off Kevin Eves. And rounding at the top 10 on the leaderboard with 3 to go was Ryan Loughran in the Ford Fiesta R5, making a comeback on day 3 after mechanical issues on day 1 put him on the back foot. There was a new leader in the national class as the overnight leader, Kevin Gallagher, slid his Darien out of the rally on the opening stage of the final day. Heartbreak for the local crew. The new leader in modifieds, 12th overall on the standings with 3 to go, is now Gareth Irwin in the Ford Fiesta Mark II.
Long 5 right, 6 left, right on the crest, 40, 5 left, only 60 for a 3 right, don't cut. 40, turn fast, 2 left.
We start that stage, we were in the lead on the modified, so if we can keep it steady pace, fast, and just keep our nose clean, we should be alright. So we'll see how it goes.
Second in the national class now, Aaron McIntyre in the Toyota Starlet rear-wheel drive. Extra softs on the front with softs on the rear, which seemed to go off halfway through the loop. Nevertheless, McIntyre is only 13.9 seconds off the lead in the modified class at final service.
Tried hard and our tyres were going off. Probably on softer tyres for the first stage, but enjoyed it all the same. We'll keep at it.
Conor Harvey was more conservative with his tyre choice on the Ford Escort, but he wasn't too happy with the loop.
It was a brave choice this morning for some of the drivers to go out in slicks. Conor, I don't think you made that choice.
No, I didn't, unfortunately, and it's backfired badly here. But what do we do? A lot of them carried 2 spares, and we should have done that and changed them in between. But sure, listen, you live and learn, as they say.
So, as the crews got to work for the final service of the rally, Bríd caught up with some of the drivers from the junior and historic classes.
Ronan, you took the second spot here last year. You're trying to just make that one better.
Hopefully we're making a good attempt at it here this morning. We have a lead of a minute or something there now, so mixed conditions this morning, kind of wrong tyre choice, but there's nothing we can do for the weather. It was raining and fanning as we were coming off it, so we'll see now. We'll look at the weather and we'll go again in the afternoon, see. Hopefully take it home.
We just got caught up with an off there in stage 1, and stage 2 there was nominal times which were quicker than ours, but look, the third stage we got caught up in another accident and the lads weren't out of the car, so we were stopped for 20-25 seconds, but yeah, we'll hope to get that time back. Hopefully it could bring us up to third. I'd love to get a podium up here this weekend, it'd be nice.
John, an enjoyable one to be rallying on home turf this weekend.
Yeah, it is indeed. Look, it's brilliant. The stages are phenomenal. Fan of there. It's just a pity we didn't get a good cut through it. But we're holding lead well, and we're quickest in the first 2 this morning again with a good comfortable over a minute of lead. So crews are home now. The lads check the car over, and please God we get through the next 3 home and safe. We'll be delighted to win the historics here, hopefully in Donegal, you know.
Bit of a struggle today. Obviously it was supposed to rain and we went out in full brand new set of wets, and we just hemorrhaged time this morning, and it was absolutely gorgeous up north. So we're just going to put back on what we had yesterday, and hopefully it'll stay dry and we can go again maybe.
Michael, you've had a bit of a sabbatical, not having been out in the last 12 months, but not a bad position to be in here, holding on to that 3rd place in the class.
So we're gaining today. Like, there's not much in me and Marion, or I think seconds, taking seconds of each other there. I'm just happy that today I'm on the pace with them boys, as opposed to yesterday. It was a bit rusty and I wasn't as committed. Like.
Before we round up the overall winners, let's take a look at the class winners. Class 9, Jason Mooney and Sean Doherty in the Ford Puma. Class 11F, Kevin McLaughlin and Neil Martin in the Honda Civic. Class 11R, Anthony Hand and David McCrudden in their Ford Escort. Turning to Class 12 now, where Johnny Wilhare finished 4th in the Mark 1 Escort. Johnny's the nephew of the late, great PJ Wilhare, who sadly passed away earlier this year. PJ was a founding member of the Donegal Motor Club and gave the infamous Wilhare's Corner on Knockalla its name after he crashed off there on a hill climb in 1970. First overall in Class 12, Justin Smith and Kieran McGorman in their Ford Escort. Class 13 victors, Barry McLaughlin and Barry McBride in the Ford Escort. Class 14, the Modifieds, Rodney Wilton, the rally sponsor, borrowed out with mechanical issues on the first run through Fannin Head. In 8th place in Modifieds, the championship leader, Damien Toner in the Ford Escort. In 7th, Desi Keenan, the former British Rally champion, and Jason McKenna in their Mark II. In 6th, John Bonner in the Ford Escort Mark II, with John Michael O'Donnell calling the notes. 5th, Michael Carbon and Dean O'Sullivan in their Ford Escort. Reigning modified champions Frank and Lauren Kelly fought back after a frustrating misfire on Friday left them outside the modified top 10. The string of top 5 times put them into 4th, although Michael Carbon was less than a second behind them with a stage to go.
And 5 lefts long, 40. Because wide line slot, 4 left long opens and 3 right. 4 left long opens and 3 right. 67 right with the bail outside. 7 right bailed outside. Balls, Frank. 7 left long into 6 right.
Kelly put the hammer down, setting the second fastest time over his favourite Fanad Head stage to confirm his 4th place finish. In third, Conor Harvey and Eamon Doherty in the Mark II, 24.6 seconds off a 2nd place finish. Gareth Irwin and Justin McCauley finished in 2nd. A spin on Fanad Head by Aaron McIntyre gave Irwin a 13.8 second lead. McIntyre though went on a charge over the penultimate stage of the Atlantic Drive, and with 2 overshoots for Irwin, he had to settle for 2nd. McIntyre and Derry Long claimed a hard-fought 2-wheel drive victory in the Toyota Starlet. McIntyre, who's making his Donegal international debut, was 3rd heading into Sunday's 6 stages, but a fine final day gave him the modified win.
Repeat 5 right, don't cut, 20, short 5 left, and 3 right plus, don't cut into our crest and a short 4 left, crest and a short 4 left into very long, 3 right, hug past the lay-by, 60, care tight 3 right, you've 60 there, care tight 3 right.
To win the modified class in Donegal is a seriously coveted title. You must be delighted with this.
I am. I'm over the moon. As I said there, a lot of boys come to Donegal and don't get past day 1. They get past day 3 and on top. For my first time here, it's a great achievement, so it is. And obviously a bit of luck as well, played our side, and we kept chipping away and moved up the leaderboard slowly but surely. Extremely tired and tough going on man and machine, and struggling to get gears there now coming up on the ramp, so I think the car's tired too, so it is. So I'm over the moon.
Class 15 victors, Raymond Gurney and Oren Taylor in the Subaru. Class 20, Michael Renton and Tom Howie in the Subaru Impreza. Class 22, Peter Keohane and Brian Keohane in the Peugeot 106. Class 24, winners there were PJ McDermott and Patrick Bryds in their Ford Fiesta. In Class RC3, second was Richard O'Lone and David Burns, the championship leaders. The overall winners of Class RC3, Johnny Mulholland and Ryan Farrell in the Ford Fiesta. Class RC4 in 4th place, Callum Graffin and Mark McGeehan in the Peugeot 208. 3rd, Ben McFall and Damien McCauley impressed in their Ford Fiesta Rally 4 to seal that 3rd place. 2nd place, Joseph Kelly and Killian McArdle in the Peugeot 208. And the winners, Kyle McBride and Dara Mullen in the 208. McBride and Mullen repeated their West Cork success with another Rally 4 victory, finishing 41.7 seconds clear of Joseph Kelly and Killian McArdle. In the historic section, Johnny McDade and Tony McGovern won their class and finished 14th overall in the Group B Talbot Samba. Third place in historics, Trevor Wilson and Paul McDonald in the BMW. McDade and Denver Rafferty look set to seal 3rd, but their Escort RS 1800 failed to make it through Fanad Head, handing the final podium spot to Wilson and Mulholland's M3. 2nd in historics, Marion Evans and Anthony O'Sullivan in the Ford Escort, a minute and a half behind the overall winners, who were John O'Donnell and Paddy Robinson in the M3. 11 incredible stage wins from a possible 13 put O'Donnell's Donegal crown beyond doubt. Co-driver Paddy Robinson was none too pleased with O'Donnell when he spun on the final stage, but they still brought the BMW across the finish line to win the historic class in their home rally.
And square left. And tight 6 right. 80. John for 6. Stop showing off, man. Sorry, Paddy. There's no need for that. Turn square left, don't cut tightens. 100 down. Jesus, sorry about it.
Starting winners for 2025.
Good one, delighted with it all together now. The whole thing come together. Myself and Paddy, we worked hard at this, preparing for this rally, and the whole team. So from start to finish to lead it, it was great all together. Put it in the bag and top choice in the championship and head for Ulster now.
In the juniors, in third, Kyle Brown and Aaron Brown in the Honda Civic. Third on the day and third on the points table. Second in another Honda Civic, Aaron Reid and Carolyn Reid. A local crew but not registered for the championship. The overall winners of the juniors, Ronan Dorian and Mickey Joe Brown in the Honda Civic, improving on the runner-up spot from last year to take the junior win on the home rally.
Oh, definitely. We were second last year and we came back and tried again and we got it finally, so it feels great.
Before we return to the battle for overall honours, let's take a look at some of the action from the club man and women throughout the field from a bumper rally weekend in Donegal. And now a look at the overall winners. In 12th place, Cathal McCourt in the Skoda Fabia. A remarkable comeback over the 3 days from McCourt when mechanical issues on stage 1 left him in second last place. Into the top 10, Matthew Boyle's 10th place finish made it a remarkable weekend for the whole Boyle family, as both Father Declan and Brother Michael also finished inside the top 10. In 9th, Ryan Loughran in the Ford Fiesta Rally 2. 8th place was James Ford in the Citroën C3 Rally 2. Good position inside the top 10. 7th overall, Kevin Eaves, improving now as a Ford Fiesta driver. Good result for the Donegal driver with Chris Melly on the notes. In 6th place, Declan Boyle in the Skoda Fabia. Declan and Michael Boyle enjoyed a close battle throughout the 3-day event. It looked as though father had got the better of son until a puncture on the 17th stage saw Declan drop behind Michael in what turned out to be the race for 5th place. And in 5th place, Michael Boyle and Dermot McCafferty in the Skoda Fabia RS Rally 2. Josh Moffat and Andy Hayes were happy with their 4th place finish after starting the event with the aim of enjoying one of the world's best asphalt rallies. Their Hyundai i20 kept the crowds entertained in the usual power sliding fashion, surviving a stage 18 brush with a chicane to claim a solid championship points finish. Sadly, John Armstrong's rally ended agonisingly close to the finish as he went off on the final stage. Armstrong and co-driver Shane Byrne had made a great comeback from early mechanical trouble and was looking good for a podium finish. But an overshoot on Fannin Head left him stranded and out of the rally. In 3rd place, Donegal's David Kelly. He'd done enough to keep the 2022 rally winner Josh Moffat at bay to seal the final podium place. In 2nd place, the Welshman Marion Evans with Ger Conway alongside to make it a repeat of the 2024 Donegal International Rally podium. He clipped a chicane on the final Atlantic Drive but still comfortably held on to 2nd place. But at the front of affairs, Callum Devine in the Skoda Fabia took his 3rd consecutive victory in the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally amidst some of the toughest competition the Deery drivers ever faced. He finished 20.5 seconds ahead of the Toyota Yaris of the Welsh driver Marion Evans.
Your champions this year.
Yeah, 3 in a row. It's crazy, it hasn't sunk in yet, and the competition this weekend alone just puts icing on the cake. Really happy with our performance this weekend, to be honest. We drove well, didn't make any mistakes all weekend, and yeah, pretty delighted.
So congratulations to all involved as Devine and O'Sullivan received the Jim Kennedy Memorial Trophy from the family of another 3-in-a-row champion, the late Manus Kelly.
Well, the machine certainly didn't let you down this weekend, and neither did the team. What a result to come home with this evening.
Yeah, good result. The car's been perfect all weekend, to be honest. Barely put a mark on it. We clipped a chicane in the last loop, as it happens. But no, the rally went quite well. A little puncher in Glen yesterday only cost us a few seconds and a small overshoot. But apart from that, it's been pretty smooth considering the level everything's been at.
David, a podium place. Congratulations. What a marathon event.
Look, it was a marathon event, but it was a sprint pace the whole way. Everyone was at a very high pace, and look, there was a lot of very, very fast people here. And look, yesterday it didn't look like a podium was going to be possible, but we just kept chipping away and went as hard as we could, and look, we're here now. So.
The top 5 then. Callum Devine is the winner. He had 20.5 seconds to spare from Marion Evans, David Kelly in 3rd, Josh Moffat 4th, and Michael Boyle making up the top 5.
Well, it was certainly a consistent drive by the partnership of Callum Devine and Noel O'Sullivan across the 20 stages. That was 270 kilometres this weekend. They led the rally from start to finish, and they achieved what they wanted to this weekend in Donegal, which was the hat-trick of wins. They have joined the names of legends as the hat-trick winners in Donegal. We've certainly enjoyed all the thrills and spills here this weekend. We have so enjoyed bringing you the coverage, and we hope you have enjoyed watching it. From myself and the rest of the crew here at the Mount Errigal Hotel, bye for now.
For those of you watching on YouTube, we'll leave you now with some more action from across the weekend at the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally. And that's it for the Donegal International Rally for yet another year. I'm John Kenny. On behalf of the RPM crew, it's bye for now.